All right. That'll do, pig.
It's a legit post-workout meal. Chicken, rice, green beans, almonds, barbecue sauce.
Alright everyone, made it to the gym on a Saturday, and the good thing is there's parking everywhere, so it can't be too packed, but I'm very tired. It's 4:38 on a Saturday, and I'm not gonna lift tomorrow, so I'm just trying to do as much as I can to get back to where I was, or just to get back to making some progress, so my knee doesn't hurt. I figure I'll come train legs and just work out every single day that I can, so we'll get in there. I'm sure it's not going to be too busy, so maybe I'll squat today or something. I don't know, but just got to keep hammering out these deadlifts, hammering out these one-legged squats, and just focus on that. So that's what I'm going to go in and focus on. Maybe I'll do calves to start, a couple exercises, and yeah, just take my time and put in good work. And the idea is to just make progress, so everything's got to be perfect quality, every single thing. So let's go get that done. All right, everyone, what's going on? RZ Fitness checking in. We're just gonna have a quick update here. This video is just gonna be working out and me covering what I've been doing for my leg training and just getting a little bit of an update to you guys on where the weight is progressing on these exercises and kind of a little bit of why I'm doing them and why I'm not squatting and why my deadlifting is sporadic or very, very infrequent. So I'm just gonna cover what I'm doing after hurting my meniscus and why I'm gonna choose these exercises to develop my quads and the other associated muscle groups that are going to help me. So this is definitely not for the average squatter, but anyone who's had any knee pain can benefit from just seeing what I went through, and I'll give you guys a breakdown of how we started off this workout. So I go into the gym and I ride the stationary bike for 7.5 minutes. My goal with the stationary bike is to sit high enough on the bike so that every time I have a revolution of the pedal, my leg almost extends fully. So you know when you get on like a BMX bike and you have really short, your knees are really high and they barely come from like a fully bent position, they barely leave that, versus on a road bike, you may have a lot of full extension of the knee. That's what I'm trying to do, get full extension, so I go through that pain in my meniscus. My meniscus hurts kind of like at a 45-degree angle in the center of the knee. So obviously biking through that 45-degree angle is really beneficial. And by the time I'm done, my quads are full of blood, my inner thighs are full of blood. You just got to get a bike that you like. I don't recommend the ones where you sit back and hang out in them. I like the ones where you kind of sit on like a little shelf and the pedals are below you. So they're kind of rare. It's not a spin bike and it's not like a lazy half laying down like old lady bike. It's kind of like a happy medium. It almost simulates like being on a road bike a little bit. So that's what I recommend before your leg training. I don't know if I can find the article. I'll make a note of it here. But there is some research that shows impact and cardio can be kind of counterproductive to muscle growth, meaning like repetitive impact on your feet, running, jogging, even HIIT possibly. Not the best for responses in muscle growth from your strength training. I'll look it up if it's true. I heard another bodybuilder, Greg Doucette, talking about it, I think. So point is, bike is excellent. It even gets blood flowing in your upper body if you're on the right type of bike. So that's what I do before the stiff-legged deadlifts. And then obviously the stiff-legged deadlifts I've explained before really just hits the inner thigh and the quad on the leg that you're grounded with. So definitely try stiff leg deadlifts, and when you're bending down, whatever leg's on the ground, your inner thigh is going to get a lot of the brunt and your hamstring, and when you come up you'll feel your quad work with that inner thigh. So that's the reason for the stiff legs. PR, we'll probably do some shopping after. And put this in the posing room here. It's all gasp and better body stuff. So you'll have to go full bodybuilder mode, but 15 pounds. I don't know if I've touched this yet, but we're gonna go hard on it. I'll PR for sure. So yeah, guys, after the stiff leg deadlifts, it was on, and it was time for split-legged Bulgarian squats, I believe what they're called, or yeah, Bulgarian split squats. I'm not sure why they're called that or who coined them, But hopefully I can maybe figure that out for you guys. I just really don't know at this point, but I did order Starting Strength, the book, so I'm gonna make a video about that and try to bring you guys some new content and more content now that I have a little more time. So I forget where I was going with that, but the split squat, for me, it's always been like an internal debate. It's kind of like squatting, but it looks like you're trying to achieve something different, like target somewhere else on the leg. I don't know, you see usually girls doing it or bodybuilders who are on tons of juice doing it. So like, yeah, if a girl does it, I'm not a female, so I don't really know if I would, build more muscle with squatting or build too much muscle. Maybe this is better for your glutes. Maybe it makes your thighs not as thick, but your glutes develop. I really don't know. But as far as someone who's not really on a lot of gear or someone who's natural or interested in strength training, I just don't really understand why you would choose this exercise. But if you want to gain a quadricep awareness, quadricep stability, and I would say strength while on one leg into this plane of motion, I would recommend it. So how might you incorporate that? I've never done these while heavy barbell squatting, but I would have a day of a leg training where you start with accessory and more non-demanding exercises. So a day like where you start with single leg deadlifts, you start with split squats, etc. Then you can have another leg day where you start with squats after you ride the bike, or safety bar squats. And then even on a back day or a upper day, you can come in and deadlift that day and have a deadlift session, or on your next leg day, deadlifts and squats. So I'd say once a week you want to do this and do anything that you need individually for your body. So you shouldn't just squat for a year straight. There's going to be weeks where you need to do prehab and rehab stuff. So why not once a week commit to doing stuff like that? If you've never had an injury, yeah, it's going to be hard to just come up with a day where it's all this preventative stuff, but it would behoove you to look into that. So just my advice. I ended up PRing on the split squats. I went up to 15 pounds for 12, and then I did a 13-pound kettlebell and 5 pounds, so 18 pounds for 12, which I put in the video there. So add weights to video. So yeah, that was great. PR, I was able to do multiple reps of the heavier weight, which is awesome. And then on these glute ham raises, I'll call them, just 3 sets of 8 or 7 I think I got on my last couple. But this is a serious exercise for your glutes. If you guys don't have something like this, I'm sorry. I just realized this gym had it. My spine is healthy enough, my knee is healthy enough, so I'm grateful that I can begin, my eye's healthy enough, so I'm grateful I can begin to actually use those or that glute ham raise. And aside from deadlifting, there's nothing else that's going to recruit your glutes or hams like in an easy way where you can progress and add weight and add volume. It's a badass exercise, so I'm very stoked. I don't have to worry if I don't deadlift because I'm training a lot already. The deadlift's a super difficult exercise to recover from if you're doing all the other compounds. So to do a glute ham raise when you don't want to deadlift is an excellent alternative if you're already doing weighted chins and squats and things like that. So if you're not going to be a deadlift oriented person, the glute ham raise is nice to throw in there. It kind of simulates it to an even greater degree on your glutes, and you don't have to load your body with a ton of weight. In fact, it actually might decompress your spine. So very healthy exercise, definitely assists the deadlift and can replace it in certain situations. And if your other training is good or makes up for what the deadlift would, focus on, lower back, lats, things like that. And yeah, I forgot what my point was going to be with that, but it's a great exercise, and I don't do it a lot on camera because I just started doing it. So after that, I was able to also slightly PR on leg extensions, and as you can see, I'm pretty methodical with these. I lock out, usually pause a little bit, but I lock out under full control at a good speed. And if you really see, I do kind of stop the weight for a second on some of the reps, but this was 50 pounds and I went to 15 reps. So definitely a solid improvement for sure on these. Feel it in the quads a lot. So guys, turns out today it was perfect for filming. Got to do my one-legged split squats and really PR on that. And leg extensions felt good too, so everything's getting stronger and healthier. It's no joke. I'm gonna hit 2 more really heavy, aggressive sets on the calves. That wraps it up, so happy I came in tonight. And I hit everything really hard, so a lot of eating and rest I think is earned as long as I keep up on these calves here. Got a lot of volume in, the volume I needed to do. I think we'll be squatting soon. Probably take a day off and try to deadlift ASAP, so all the compounds are back really. So I can't get in enough days to the gym now. So let's finish up. Trained yesterday, trained today, so tomorrow I'm gonna have it off, but I'll be back in here soon. Make some more gains hopefully. So yeah, I hope this can give you guys some ideas as to what to do with your training if you find that squatting and deadlifting just aren't working for you, whether it's because of injuries, programming, too much volume, or losing interest in the lift. Maybe you've hit a wall and you're stalling and you want to change something up. It's something that I really don't know how to prescribe in general, but if you think you can benefit from more hamstring work, learn an exercise that is different and it calls upon a different movement pattern, like a one-legged deadlift or glute ham raise like that, or even the machine where you swing and lift it up, which is actually right next to that exercise or that machine in my gym. So find things that you can do to target muscles or to target areas that were injured, to target areas that are tight, and introduce an exercise. If you have tight hamstrings and you either claim to or say I have tight hamstrings, do a stiff leg deadlift with a dumbbell where you try to keep your knee basically locked, and you'll see that it can benefit you and benefit the elasticity of those muscles, build muscle, increase range of motion. So I really don't know how else to state it. I just want to make sure I get that point across. And I finished up with calves for this workout. The leg extensions and curls, it was like 4 sets, you know, whatever suits you and your ability and what you need. And then calves was just a few sets as well. So thanks for watching, y'all. $100, all right. So crazy. Let's see. So tight. I don't know about that. It's all tight. All right. That'll do, pig. Tight. I dig it.